Okay, back on step 25, I found my mistake. I must have, when I was moving the if-then block, I accidentally clicked this on a different sprite, so the cat wasn't going to be stopped. So I fixed it, and now when I run the script, whenever he touches an octopus, he stops. So that's where we want it to be. Okay, moving on. Now we have our enemy, we have our main character, sprite. We need to collect something or collect points, something around those lines. So in many games, the player has to collect a valuable item to win points or stay alive. In Star Hunter, we want to use gold stars as underwater treasures that the player can collect. We'll use a random number again to make each star appear in a new place. Okay, so we're going to click on the new sprite item or symbol, and in the sprite list we're going to choose star 1 sprite from the library. So this is choosing sprite from the library. Click on that. And I'm just going to go in alphabetical order, find the S's. I want star 1. Click on star 1. Click OK. And I now have a star. Okay. I want to add the following script to star 1. This script will make the star move to a random new location whenever the cat touches it. The green blocks create random numbers called coordinates, which Scratch uses to pinpoint an exact location. Okay, so if you're looking at step 27, you can see all of the little instructions on what each block is meaning. Okay, so we need to add this new script to the star. Okay, so again, make sure your star is highlighted and go ahead and start creating your blocks. You want when the green flag is clicked, we need the forever blocks, and then we also need an if-then with an insert block. I need for something to happen when I touch the cat, and I need the blue motion go to X, and there's an open space, and then Y open space. So that is right here. That goes right underneath like so. Now in these green bubbles, you want to go to the operator, and you need to click on pick random and select that into both blocks. So again, hover right over the block you want to drop it into, and then now we just have to change our numbers. So for the first one, we need -200. Click your tab arrow or tab key, and that way you don't have to use your mouse and double click on each one and type in your number. So it should be -200 and 200, -150 and 150. Okay, now this is on my star. So step 28, this step really is not a step that you need to actually do anything. It's just showing you what happens. Okay, earlier I talked to you about the X and those Y coordinates. Well, if you go to your motion blocks and you scroll down, click on the X and the Y position. That's what it's asking you to do. And each time when you run the script, you'll notice how the numbers keep changing. Okay, all they want you to do is just notice that there's an X position and a Y position. Okay, so when you run your game, your star's X and Y coordinates will update each time the cat makes its move. Okay, and then we'll untick the blocks right down here because we don't want those on there. But they just want to show you how it moves to a new location. So go ahead and run your script. Okay, so my goal again is trying to touch the star. So if I touch it, it changed to -132 and -47. Okay, so that's all they're asking you to do. So stop my script, uncheck my X and my Y position, and I can now go to step 29. Okay, here I want to add a sound effect that each time the cat touches the star, it plays a sound. Okay, so first I want to make sure that the star is selected in the sprites, which it is. And then I want to click on my sound tab above the blocks palette and click on the speaker symbol. So sounds, the speaker symbol to go to my library. And now for this sound, I need to open up fairy dust and then click OK and play the sound. So fairy dust, I'm looking for F's. So I need to scroll down just a little bit. And fairy dust is right here. So I'm going to highlight it, play it, and every time that I touch the star, I will hear that sound. So I'm going to click OK. Going to click on my scripts, And now I need to insert the play sound fairy dust. So I go to my sounds block, and this is going to go right underneath where it says if touching cat then. Okay, so I'm going to try it again. Click your green arrow to start. And you should hear that fairy dust sound every time. All right. Okay. Computer games often need to keep track of a vital statistic, which is called our score, or sometimes the player's health. So we call this changing numbers or variables. To keep track of the player's score in Star Hunter, we'll create a variable that counts the number of stars the player has collected. So I want to, with any of my sprites selected, I want to choose the data blocks palette. So that's another orange, like a brighter orange color. So I will stay right on my star, click on my data, and I need to make a new variable. And this is just going to be called score. Okay, so you'll see in box 31, I have score. Okay, I want to make sure that it's selected for all sprites. Click OK. And if you go to step 32, you'll see a new set of blocks appear, including one for the score. Make sure that the box next to it is checked to make sure that the score appears on the stage. Okay, so I have that checked. You can see it's on my stage. I'm going to move it up to the corner just so it's out of the playing area. And we can now add some more scripts to make the sprites do some other things. Okay. Step 34. We want the score to start at 0 and increase by 1 each time the cat touches the star. Select the star sprite and add the 2 orange data blocks below to its script. Okay, so I'm on my star. I need the set score to 0 right underneath that very first block. And then right above my play sound fairy dust, I need to have change score by 1. So now I'm going to play my script, or play my game, and see, does my score increase each time I touch the star? Should be 1, 2, 3, and I do have 3 up there. So it is counting how many times I hit the star, which is what we wanted. Okay. Now we're going to make some better enemies. Okay, the game has kind of been pretty easy, but we're going to make a completely new script. Okay, so if you are looking at step 36, it's going to say you need to delete something. Okay, now watch very carefully what I do. It says right-click the script for Octopus 2 and select delete to remove it. Okay, this is my script. To delete it, my right-click, like I said, was not working. Another way I found to delete a script, you click, oops, 1, make sure we are on the correct octopus, so Octopus 2 again. Select, highlight it, and drop it right into this blocks area, and it disappears. Okay, we're going to replace it with the following script. So you're going to build a brand new script. It's going to be very similar, but it's just going to do a couple of things different. Okay, so from step 36, go ahead and change and make your new script. When green arrow or green flag is clicked, set size to 35%, wait half a second, I need a forever block, if then block, some motion blocks, point towards, that goes right under my forever. And he's going to point towards the cat. Move 5 steps right underneath there. Go to the sensing one, touching the cat. Oops. And stop all, if this all happens. Stop all right here. Okay, now I'm going to run the project and see how the game plays. Okay, you might find that it's hard to escape the octopus because it moves so quickly. Again, we can slow it down by the number of steps to something like 2, 3, or 4. Okay, so play again. Now notice I'm barely moving my mouse and I'm not moving. Okay, so they are moving pretty quick. So I'm going to move this down to about a 2. Okay, much easier now. I can maneuver around at least trying to collect multiple stars. Okay, I can make the game harder as well, and I can select the original octopus sprite and click the data block in the original octopus sprite. Drag the score block into the octopus's move block, which is right here. So I'm going to data, click score. Oops, I'm sorry. We did that correct. Now look at 39. They want you to add a brand new box. So drag this little guy out, operators, and we want a green block with 2 circles with a dividing sign in there. So drag that in there now. Move your score right on to that first section and then make a 3. Okay. This green block divides the score by 3 to make the octopus speed up more gradually. So even though I'm starting at a lower pace for the octopus, whenever I hit the score button or whenever my score increases, it's going to gradually move the speed of the octopus higher so that it's more challenging for me. Okay, so go ahead and try it. And I'm going to move some of these around just so that I can get a good head start to show you. Okay, so you can see, and you'll see as the game progresses as well, they'll move pretty quickly. Okay, now we have about 2 more steps and we should be all done. Okay, step 40. Now we'll make Octopus 3 patrol in a regular pattern. To do this, we'll use the motion blocks to make it glide smoothly from point to point rather than moving in steps. Remove the script for Octopus 3 with the following 2 scripts. These run at the same time, one checking for collisions, the other moving the octopus around its patrol route. Okay, so it's basically going to make a triangle route that we do. So click on Octopus 3. Again, we don't need this script at all, so click, and you can drag that in here. And then we are going to make a brand new script. Okay, what I want you to do now is just check over your work and make sure that it looks okay. The next video we will go over finishing up the game, and then I will also show you a couple of hacks that you can do for your game to make it more lifelike.